Hello, my name is Terry Lynn Calhoun. I want to tell you about my work history and how I was able to find the job that matched up my skill and my interests. It was important that my skills and my interests matched. So for a long time, I had to work on what was my interests. My first job was with Steak and Shake. I was 16 years old. Understand, I was still in high school. For more than 20 miles from where I lived, I went to Morton High School, but I lived by the mall in Peoria, so I had to travel back and forth every day for the job at Steak and Shake. When I was working at Steak and Shake, I was the hostess. They had made this job for me to help me to develop my work. It allowed me to meet a lot of different people, to learn how to communicate, gave me a great experience with Steak and Shake, that I was able to meet all these wonderful people. There were groups of people, some of the groups of people that came in were deaf, and they would help me to communicate. Sometimes servers would come up to me and say, "Can you tell me what they are saying?" And I would say, "I don't know, they are not communicating with me, so I'm not going to go interrupt them to find out what they're speaking about. It's not clear." Later, for school, I worked with Morton Metalcraft. That was my co-op program with my high school. So I worked part-time at Morton Metalcraft and part-time at school. My responsibilities were what? I was in charge of all of the copying of blueprints. So I need to make copies of the blueprints, file them away, and put them in storage. But I had to make lots of copies on this great big old copy machine. And the paper was fed in this way, and it went over rollers. And so I made sure that the blueprint copies were put into the right departments of where they needed to go. My next job I had was with the physical therapy department at the hospital. There it taught me how to work with people. I would need to pick people up for physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy. So there was lots of therapy, and I was very busy moving people from one room to another. I would usually have to pick people up in a wheelchair and take them down to the different therapy that they need. Physical therapy for backaches, and sometimes I would need to push and pull 2 wheelchairs. That was difficult, but I did it. So I pushed one in front, and I pulled the other one from behind.